All right, baby, let's go. We are back. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Might be too loud. I think we're good now. All right. I hope everybody's having a good week. Nice little middle of the week break with a nice little stream. Watercolor Wednesdays is back, and we are so excited to jump right into it here. We're very excited. We are going to be working on Spider-Gwen today. We're liking the drawing. We're liking the piece. It's going to be a very vibrant, colorful piece, which is fun. Maybe some line work, maybe not. We might keep the edges soft, similar to the style in the movie or animated film. And yeah, other than that, we're going to jump right into it and waste no time. We're going for about 3 hours today. I think we go from 1 to 4. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Thank you. There's no one there. There might be. No way to know. And yeah, we're going to hopefully be able to finish the piece today. As you know, if we don't, we'll finish it up either off stream and or possibly Friday, I guess, would be the other day. But we also have another little fun piece planned for Friday, so hopefully we'll get through this today. I guess that means let's jump right into it. So let's do it. All right, we have a nice clean palette here. Just gave it a good clean. It was getting really built up with a lot of paint. I usually don't clean my watercolor palettes. This is just a little one, but it just had so much on it that was contaminating the color that it just felt like the right move, you know? Graham, my boy. You're my boy, Graham. You're my boy. What's up, baby? How you doing, brother? Yeah, we're doing good, man. But yeah, we're talking about the palette. We don't really normally clean it, but we did kind of today. So it was just getting too much paint build up where it was contaminating the colors. So like yellow wasn't staying yellow, blue wasn't staying blue, etc. It's important, I know. I think this is good here. Where does this have to go? We're gonna start with it raised a little bit. Doing good, sir. How's life, man? How's the fam? I miss your musk. I think when all this is over, you and I should get an apartment together. I just watched Anchorman the other day. Great flick. Probably using a lot of mixed media today. Watercolor, markers, colored pencils. We might pop in there. We'll see. Oh, you know what we need is the masking fluid. Hold on one second. Work is good 80% of the time. Every time. Doesn't make any sense. Life busy, works busy but good. Nice, man. Hey, busy but good is not the worst thing that has happened to someone, right? Kind of looks more like scales than spider webs, but we'll fix that. We'll fix that. You guys been good? Yeah, man, real good, real good. Can't complain, bro. Enjoying the weather getting a little bit cooler around here. Dog's doing good. How's Sir Alfie? Gus and Coconut are chilling. They're still very good pups. So I am going through and kind of erasing some of these edges where I'm going to put the masking fluid. I'm going to put down the masking fluid because I'm going to go through over the whole piece. So I don't want the highlights to be washed out, and I also don't want these dark lines on when I'm finished. Kind of why I'm erasing certain edges here. He's magnificent as ever. Beautiful. We love hearing that. We love hearing that. We saw a dog the other day that looked very similar. Obviously not as cute, but he was very similar. I was like, oh my god, it looks like Alfie kind of. Ariel laughed. Alfie's a household name, obviously, you know. I'm sure in many houses far more than just ours. Just looking at values, or I guess darkness of the lines right now. Of where the highlights are, like I said, so I can kind of not have them be as stand out when it's just white, you know? Anyone walks into a bar and says to the barman, "Can you help me? I'm looking for my brother. Has he been in today?" The barman replies, "Not sure. What does he look like?" Oh, we are back. It's like we never left. All right, let's get let's use this. Back keeping standards high. I love it. I love it. That can't be the whole joke though, right? Wait, is that the whole joke? Oh, I missed it again, huh? Not sure what does he look like is the punchline. He's gonna look like a penguin. I don't know why you don't get those till the second or third time around. Oh my god, Fate 3 today watercolor. Yeesh. The watercolor Kirataki. That's really funny. I was totally waiting for the punchline, and I do that every time, and then I get the joke, and it's good. Harley! Why don't I ever see you live? I don't know. Because you avoid my streams. You refuse to watch. You refuse to support small content creators like myself. That could be the only reason. No, I haven't been live for a little bit here. Doesn't look right. Doesn't look right, but we're gonna try it anyway. It's supposed to be a masking fluid that dries and then you peel it off at the end, but I don't think it's look right. Go. Look at you, I'm going to the dentist. Oh no. Well, I'm engaged. Whoa, congratulations. Trash can. No trash can. That's fun. Are we like happy about it, or are you like, oh, I'm engaged? No, I'm joking. Congratulations. Yeah, we're using Kuretake Genzai Tambei watercolors, which I really, really like. They're very saturated of colors. They're almost like a middle ground between a spacing, gouache paint, and watercolor. Wow. Wild stuff there. The purpose of the mask fluid. The mask fluid is, which it does, I'll be honest, it doesn't feel like it's working properly, but it's supposed to dry almost like a little rubber surface and keep the paper underneath white, and then you can peel it off at the end and it stays white like underneath. That said, feels super thin right now. Gotta get into the dentist office. Well, I hope they find no cavities. Thank you for popping in, Harley. I appreciate you. And big congratulations. I'm gonna ask my girlfriend to marry me, but the dog ate the ring. Now it's just a dog. That is awesome. I like that a lot. Where do you learn these? Well done. That one's really good. I like that a lot. Probably should have done this before, but effectively covering of the canvas you don't want to paint until until later. Yes, no, I don't want to paint. Yes, 100%. So like purist watercolorists will they don't believe in using white paint. They believe all your whites should be on the paper, like the paper white. That's where this actually comes from. I am not of that belief. I think that's incredible when they achieve that. You know what? I don't want this angled right now. I want this very flat. It's very impressive to use such foresight in a piece, especially when it's a landscape or from life. Obviously, I'm doing an animated picture, which is easier. But to see that is very impressive. A little distracting. Better. But it's super helpful if, because I'm gonna do kind of try for a full background, not necessarily a full background, but I am gonna paint the whole background. I could either do this and see what happens, or I could just go through with white paint at the end, which the reality is I'll probably do both. But is this a more traditional way of doing it? Traditional, 100%. Far more traditional. I don't think they like masking fluid as much anymore as just leaving the spaces white, but sometimes you have to do this because watercolor, you need to get a clean wash, or you don't need to. But if you want to, you have to go over the whole thing like evenly. So if you have to leave a little white spot, you have no way to get that edge. Again, a lot of watercolorists will use acrylic paint, gel pens, etc. nowadays. It's not like, I guess I shouldn't say, I can't speak for a lot of them. But it's definitely more of like a very purist belief. Because there's not really a white watercolor paint, you know? So it's far more like, again, just seeing it, using it all foresight, which is impressive. Are you still doing skateboard art? Yeah, I'm in the middle of one right now. We might be doing it actually Friday. I think we'll be finishing it up. Not finishing. Well, maybe. We'll see. I was hoping to finish it a little bit ago, but I just got busy with some stuff. Still really liking skateboard art. It's one of my favorite things for sure. This is going on pretty well, actually. I don't know. We'll see. Definitely like getting it's drying on the brush, which is usually a good sign. Sorry if my head's in the picture. Still playing Battlefield, man. You should do some sneaker art. I know. I'm working on custom Air Force Ones, actually, dude. Kind of literally in the process of learning about dyeing the shoes. Not necessarily dyeing the whole thing, but like how they use like that brush. Almost looks like a little pom-pom or a cotton ball. And you can dye the cloth of it so evenly. Totally agree. I think it'd be very, very fun. Plus, it's hard to try to, like, you know, sell them without having any that I've done. I still play Battlefield 1 every few days. I'll be there till they turn off the servers. It is definitely your happy place. Big time happy place for you. That's so funny. Arc servers officially shutting down September 30th. Sad day. This is one of those processes that I never know if I should show because it's boring. And it's kind of like time consuming, but it's like subtle. But I also feel like just starting it and being like, okay, I went ahead and masked it, you know. I don't always, that bugs me. Like showing the whole process if I'm gonna show it. We're good. Is the game dead? Game's pretty dead because servers are shutting down, but it's kind of a whole long, weird explanation. But what it is they're supposed to be coming out with Arc 2, and in the meantime, they're supposed to be coming out with Arc 1.5. But there's a whole thing going on with like the money and a lawsuit and blah, 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 blah. So supposedly they have until the 30th to shut down the servers and release something like a new Arc 1.5. Sounds like a load of horse shit, but you never know. But yeah, so supposedly they're going to be shutting it down and releasing something new, but it doesn't sound good. Do we like this vertical cam? I can't, I'm stuck. Do we like the vertical cam style, or do we like seeing the whole studio when it's, I feel like this at least allows me to be a little bigger versus so tiny. But maybe you don't want to see me like we've talked about. I'm sure that's a common theme as well. I think you can probably see some of the color change here. See how it's almost like sticking up? Like you can see it, the shadow. That's like actually because it drives like a little rubber bubble. It's pretty cool. Looks great. Awesome. Thanks, man. I think that's probably it right there. I can't watch this here though. I knew. Man, I saw you pop in chat. I was like, obviously. Some things will never change, huh? I love it. God, do I love that. That's so good. Masking fluid was a bad choice. Who knew Graham was gonna be here? All right, what I do have to do is I have to go 2 minutes and wash this out because I can't put the masking fluid in the water cups that I use, or it will actually mess up the watercolor paint and not go down. You'll see like spots of masking fluid where like just won't dry. It's very upsetting. So I just have to wash this 2 seconds. We'll be right back. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, see, we're back. That was easy. Quick little wash. Easy. Good to go. This is more highbrow now. It's fine art. It's fair. That's fair. We like to think so, at least. But we also know you very well. too dark, but I do want that smoother. I'm thinking. I'm trying to think if I should use the fluid masking on the eyes. Masking fluid on the eyes, because they are white, but they're not like highlight white. Blast. Home Alone now, how Kevin's mom couldn't phone home. Wait, in Home Alone, how come Kevin's mom couldn't phone home from the house in Paris? Phones were down, but Kevin could phone for pizza delivery. Is this true? Why does no one talk about this? We don't bring it up because Home Alone is a Christmas film, and you're all confused about what Christmas films are. You think Die Hard's a Christmas film, so we don't talk Christmas films around here. You didn't see that coming up in a roundabout way. Oh, you think Die Hard isn't? I will fight that fight till I die. That is so funny. I mean, it does have to be, though, right? Like based at a Christmas party. Takes place Christmas Eve. The villain's wearing a Santa hat. Come on. You will watch Die Hard tonight if you fancied it. September? No. Die Hard is definitely not a year-round film. Not even close. It's on TV all the time for Christmas. It's not even on TV the rest of the year. That's a great point, actually. Very wise of you, sir. Doesn't that make it a Christmas film, though, that they play it all the time around Christmas? Much like Home Alone. Sorry, I know my head has to be in that picture. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just have to get that angle. Straight up angle, you know? Need to go pick up Olivia from dancing. Fun. That's so cool. Vaccine, daddy's taxi light going on. Love it. Appreciate you stopping in, man. And drive safe. Tell Olivia I say what's up. Hope she's having fun with dance class. That's so fun. That's so cool. Gemini, my little niece, is in dance class and she's loving it. I think she just had her first recital probably like 2 months ago or something. All right, we're not gonna wash this. We're just gonna wipe this out here and put this here, much like the other one. You need soap to wash those. Not soap, but I use a Master's soap, brush soap. And it really sticky. That it dries really like rubber, so it really it's tough on the brush. She's an incredible dancer. I'm so proud. That's awesome, dude. Damn, that's so cool. Love to hear that, my friend. Love to hear that. I need these spots to dry. That's all we're waiting for here. This will never change, right? I have to figure out how my Stream Deck can control web music. Might not be able to. Here we go. That works. All right. While we're having this dry here, can't really see the palette, so unfortunately, it is what it is. That's gonna be too off-centered for me. Sorry, guys. I can only customize this so much, you know. Picture wise, we're gonna be losing a lot of blue, greens, purples. It's gonna be very, very cool colors throughout the whole piece. We're definitely gonna come in with some marker as well, so it stays nice and bright and vibrant. And we're gonna do a little bit terminology. I'm gonna try to mix a little more on the paper so that it doesn't necessarily brown out on me too much. It stays very vibrant and colorful. Kind of the goal. We'll see how it works out. You never know. I thought I had more flats. I don't know where all my flats went. I have 2 here. I don't know if I was using them somewhere else. I might have. I mean, I always pack up little brush kits, but I definitely thought I had more flats. I am a fan of flat brushes versus rounds. I feel like you can just make a lot of nice angles and marks with flats. You can do multiple marks with any type brush, but I don't know. I've just always used flats and I really like them. No, I had more somewhere, but that's weird. I can't think of where they are. Still have one eye that's dry in there, it looks like. I'm just wetting the palette so that when I put paint down, it won't like necessarily be perfectly dry and just like scratchy. I don't want it like too soaked, but I also don't want it to like completely repel the paint. And I think I'll probably no, I'm gonna go through and just wet the outsides here just very quickly. checking the blues. I don't know exactly which blue I want to use here. I'm thinking it's going to be this one. Can't see any of it. Sorry, guys. Definitely going to be that blue. This one eye, this one right here. Can you see the glare on it still? No, not really. It's this eye. See it like slowly drying. And then for the pink, purple, right? There is quite a bit of pink in here, but kind of dull. That's a little better. Cool. I kind of think this purple's it anyway. It's almost a warmer purple, which is exactly an easy purple to mix up, but I kind of think it's right around there. Cool. The kind of colors we're going to be using here. Can I go like this? Yeah, that's better. I'm sure I'll be using more than just these two. There's another like little palette here, but kind of stick around these points for sure. Again, it's kind of all these colors right here, and that's kind of it. Yeah. Perfect. Use a nice little washcloth or rag, whatever you need, paper towels, whatever. But I put the cloth here underneath the water so I can kind of always see the saturation, see how much water, see the color, see how dark it's going to be, all of that stuff. So very helpful. Make sure you keep paper towels, washcloths, rags for watercolor tuition. For me. So we're going to take one last kind of look at it and plan the whole, you know what I mean? We're mentally always planning, laying it out. Looks like this eye's almost dry here. I hope. What a truth, everybody. Looks good, right? Hopefully. I'm just like wetting the whole background here so that when I put on colors, again, they're not going to be like dry and scratchy, kind of going through this whole thing. We don't mind if some of the color bleeds into other shapes. Remember, it's watercolor, so it's kind of what it does. That was very much why we wanted to put down the masking fluid, you know? That said, we're not necessarily going into certain parts or the whole piece. We very easily could just wash over this whole piece. But again, I feel like there's always the more care, prep you do, easier the piece comes together. Then I'm just going around. I'm going to put in the background real quick. I don't know a ton about watercolor, but what I do know is that I feel like for me, I put in the background first, and then I kind of work towards the foreground pretty much. But in a piece like this, when I work on pieces like this and I kind of try to keep it illustrative style almost, I definitely like to get as the background completed and then move in so that the character comes forward is all, you know. Remember, it's always a reinterpretation. Not always, I guess, but here it's gonna be. Just putting in some nice blue marks. Again, because we have the mask down, we can go pretty loosely with the background and with the colors here, because what's supposed to stay white, remember, is going to hold that color, that white. So that's kind of the really nice part about using masking fluid like this. Kind of changing the values, the saturation. I am referencing an image, so again, a little bit of a reinterpretation, but it's also an homage, a little fan art we got here. Great flick into the Spider-Verse. Well, Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, but still. Great little flick. Really enjoyed it. The artwork is just awesome, so we had to explore it a little. So again, I'm keeping the colors relatively clean on the palette, as I think you can probably see. Yeah, I haven't necessarily mixed the blue and the purple here. I kind of wanted to just naturally mix to keep the vibrancy up. The more you mix watercolor, the duller it gets, and the muddier it gets. We're trying to just have it kind of mix on paper, you know? And all of this is going to gray out or dull out because it is watercolor. So you have to keep that in mind. That's a big part of watercolor that's always tricky. Is getting the right colors and values. Well, I shouldn't even say that. Getting the right saturation, right? That's kind of what we're focused on here. I'll go through that part with a dry brush and kind of try to merge some of that. Mix thing. Working pretty good so far. I have no qualms. No qualms with any of it. And again, if and when you see something you don't like, you fix it. That's all. Make it easier. Don't make it, complicated. Don't keep working on it if you see it wrong. You're not going to like it. You're not going to fix it later. But if you don't see anything wrong, keep on cruising. As the paper starts to dry, you have to adjust sort of how you put down paint also. Keep that in mind. I do want to keep the paper wet, but I don't want to just keep saturating it and saturating and saturating it. I do want the paints to kind of settle in and dry how they are going to. And you really don't know that 100% until it starts to dry and stuff. So it is one of those things that while it's like definitely a feel and experience, it's still always different. Saturation, the moisture in the air, where you are, the location you're working at, always going to be different as far as how fast it evaporates or the color sets in at a certain pace and any of that. See what we can do now with this. That. But see, we want to make sure we get all of the background, right? That's a big part of why we put down the masking fluid. And always kind of, again, we're going to use a lot of this. And that's why I said I don't mind if it bleeds over a little. But you can kind of clean that up with just a dry brush. It'll pick up a lot of that extra paint. If you want to keep the drawing, keep it clean, anything like that, really. It might still continue to bleed over because the paper is wet, you know, but you can see right there probably pretty clearly it's definitely not going to be as saturated, as strong. This whole foot right here, this whole leg, I can just pick this up. This is nothing but a brush. And I'll wash it, I'll dry it. You want it to be dry so it doesn't necessarily like keep the paper wet where it'll keep bleeding. Run it right over where you don't want it. And hold. You're literally just like soaking up the paint, right? Don't know how professional of a watercolor trick that is, but it works. Right? Right, looking good here, looking good. We're trying to have the paper again dry a little bit. Cool. And I think I'll go in with a little bit, another few color, same color, more saturated right on top. That's all. As the paper dries, so it is closer to the final color that it'll be, right? Going till 4 o'clock. We should be good time wise, right around an hour in, pretty good. Probably take a break in about 30 minutes or so. We're just waiting for this to dry, and then the background will be pretty much done. We'll be able to come in here with a nice pink wash. This is probably going to be nice black marker, blue marker. And then we're going to probably put in some nice colored pencil and marker as well, just like throughout the whole thing, because the vibrancy of it will contrast really nice with the watercolor. So I have way too dark of a purple here. It's still too a little too wet. We're going down the same way. I almost just dropped the brush there. Happens. There we go. Kind of building up the layers here. Just cleaning up the background here. Again, just going in with a dry brush, trying to pick up some of the paint. Get a little bit of light coming through here. Some of it might work, some of it might not. We don't totally know how it's gonna dry, so we're just, going with it. We don't want it to look too similar though, like with brush marks. So like while it's this sort of line here, I'm like smashing the brushes, you can see, so that it's kind of inconsistent each time I come back, hopefully. Just adds movement to the piece, right? And some of it might not even be visible. Some of it might be very subtle. But we're just kind of trying to show that illustrative movement style, One of the fun parts of watercolor is that you can kind of keep working with it until it's like dry, and if you want to re-wet it, you kind of can. Definitely works a little differently each time, but and see, when I want to pick up a little bit more paint, I just kind of hold it down for a second longer. Okay. Right, there we go. We can jump right in. Paper towel's always watercolor's best friend. Don't forget that. Cool. That's legit. Now we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of this. Kind of giving the palette a quick little like clean, like a little wipe, just making new space but keeping the old space, the old paint, I mean, sorry. But the hard part is I need this still a little more saturated, because values wise this has to be darker than Spider-Gwen. And values is so important all the time. Values are so important. Terrible. Sorry, mother, if you're watching. You didn't just hear that. Values are so important. From start to finish, they are. Values are one of those things that you can't leave to fix till later. You have to really fix them when you see them and at the beginning. And like the whole way through as much as you can. There we go. That's nice. That's sort of why I start in the background, so you can keep building it up. Because again, values, I need her to come forward here. I don't need her to. I want her to. I want Spider-Gwen to come, like, you know, into the foreground here. And not just blend in with the background. So we want these values to work. And in order to push her forward, they have to be darker, that's all. Here we go. All right, that's what we're talking about. Cool. Now we'll be able to get in there. That's perfect. Yep. Values, 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 people. If you're ever struggling with your art, just trust me in that. Values are going to make such work and practice and focus on your values. You will improve. Significantly. Can't really line it yet because I don't want to pick up the paint on my hand. You know what I mean? I'll have a nice little palm print there. That's what we're going to use though. And then we're definitely going to start mixing up some pink here. We're definitely, once this dries, we'll go in and we'll clean up a lot of this, you know? Breaking edges here is what I'm doing. So see how some of this is drying? I like it and I want to keep it, but I want to control that part of it. So I'm keeping some, softening others in hopes it'll have a lot of movement in the background. You can see the color's pretty vibrant still. We're trying to keep that nice and vibrant for sure. Coffee. I am. Damn. Good time for a break. 2:10. Okay, cool. 13. Does line of her back leg help add to the perspective for movement? Yes, 100%. That's why his foot's so tiny. strong perspective from the foot to the hand. Hands this big, foot's this big, so it looks like she's like totally coming forward, right? Hopefully, at least. It's supposed to. I don't have my blow dryer set up, which is weird. This is a light area, top left going to be the light source when you go to the shadows. Yep. Because everything I masked is going to be the highlights. So everything I masked, see how it's all coming down here? Surface, 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 and then on her back. And it's going to pop right through here. That is correct. He's learning. Nah, you know a lot about art. You ask a lot of good questions, though. Definitely ask a lot of good questions. Yeah, I feel like a lot of action poses, I shouldn't say action poses, but comic book characters like that have that big foreshortening. Almost exaggerated, again, for the comic books a lot of times. Just very much helps add to the movement. Are you just pulling the blue over from the background with water? Yeah, water and paint. All I did is different brushes, and then I go in with a dry brush and keep moving it. Right now I'm using a brush that I'm putting in water and then cleaning off so that it picks up some of the excess paint here. Just kind of helps clean up the edges, which is nice. While it dries here. Just literally picking up the paint with the dry brush and water, right? You can fix that whole edge right there. All I have, there's no paint on this brush. I'm just dipping it in water and then putting it on a paper towel. Smarter, not harder, you know? Shows how much effort goes into comic books. Oh, 100%. Everything's done digitally nowadays. But how much work goes into them? Oh my god, dude. I mean, that's the wild part about like traditional mangas and anime, is that traditionally they're supposed to be done in ink. Even nowadays, like that's the whole style. So while a lot of the panels might be sketched in this is a weird song. While a lot of the panels are done digitally for sure to make sure they know what it is, it's still like a true manga will actually be hand drawn to this day with like a brush pen and ink, and pretty wild. I think it's supposed to use like a dip brush pen actually, where you actually dip into liquid like India ink. It's incredibly impressive. Incredibly impressive. Only imagine how many mistakes are covered and then fixed, or who knows, you just have to start over. It's wild. Not for me. I love using digital art to like prep a piece, actually, though. I always have. I've been doing that for a while. All right, we're going to... Perfect. All right, I gotta take a quick 5-minute break. 2:15. Perfect. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Oh, that's unfortunate. No way I'll get rid of that. That's just like a actual drop from my water cup. Big rip. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Clearly I have to move the water cup a little further away, though. That is tragic. It's not really tragic. I'm just kidding, everybody. Remember, you can always fix mistakes. Especially that's what art is, man. And if you can't, you just start over and do it again. It's not the wildest thing in art. It's actually pretty common. And it's like anything. This might add and fix the values and make it better anyway, you know? You never know. So we'll see how that dries out now. Classic. There are no stupid questions. All I read was stupid question, then I looked back down. But there are definitely no stupid questions, my friend. Only stupid answers, really. The quality of the water change anything in Scotland? We have soft water, but in England it's harder. 100%. Absolutely. That's one of the things that makes watercolor incredibly frustrating to a lot of people, is that it's always different based on the humidity, where you are, your location, the water, everything about it can change and make a mark do something very different the next day. I definitely don't know, like specifically how it would affect it. You know what I mean? Like how the soft water, hard, etc. But 100%, if you were to talk to watercolorists in England versus Scotland, they would probably, one's better than the other too, I bet. Like Scotland artists probably love going to England or vice versa because of the water, if that makes sense. Like it would be that specific of a thing for sure. Is there watercolor you can buy, or do you just use tap? Watercolor water, and does it need to be really cold? No temp matters at all. I think, I mean, not really. People, I don't even think you're supposed to use like distilled water or anything. Not that I've heard, I should say. Guarantee you there's someone out there that says their paintings look the way they do because of the water, which might be true. I definitely am not one to call that bluff, but I absolutely know that all of that, from the paper to, again, the moisture in the air. So it's just a safe assumption that for sure the water, right, what's in the water would make a difference. Absolutely. You need clean water. I mean, you definitely want to use clean water. A lot of watercolors won't clean their water, like they keep it like this, which is wild. So I guess you don't even know. I don't even know if you need clean water, if that's a fair statement. I use dirty water a lot of the time, but a lot of them will clean it at some point. It's all relative to how contaminated that paint gets. So like if I want to mix a color and it's turning just a completely wrong color, you have to clean up the water. If that makes sense. But yeah, that's a fascinating question, actually. And now I'm curious. I feel like watercolor is definitely more popular in Europe than in the United States. Still, big time. Why? I don't totally know. But and I could be completely wrong about that, actually. But for some reason, I feel like watercolor is far bigger in Europe. Oh, that's money. That's money. Also, about natural light in your studio, is that an issue being in the basement? Sorry, lots of questions. I love it, dude. Keeps me, lets me just, instead of rambling and making stuff up, I have stuff to say that's all valuable. So that's a good question too, actually. You ask a lot of good questions. That's all preference between artists, big time. I don't like natural sunlight, because I feel like it changes too much. I've always been used to working in a studio and I just control the light around me. I know what temperature it is. I can change it. If you look here, I can actually change the color, change the temperature of the light right above me. So, and it looks different every time. And I work with a pretty neutral light as far as it goes. Little cooler, so it's like similar to northern natural lighting. But I've always just controlled. That's why I have all the hue lights, actually, so I can control for a while. That's how I control the lighting. Now it's a lot of built-in stuff. Drawing, I tend to use warmer lights. It just looks nicer and a little bit easier to see the charcoal and pencil marks. Painting, you want a neutral light or something closer to like a gallery lighting, which I believe is like 6,500 Kelvin, I think. You see the theory that Bob Ross is a serial killer and all his paintings are where he buried them? No. Never, not even close. That's hilarious. Is that a thing? I cut that brought us right to 2:30. Perfect. That's insane, dude. I don't think all those places even exist. Imagine what a beautiful place. All those places would be hella good places to bury bodies. All right, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. Then we're gonna come back. We're gonna come right through here, right through here. We're gonna put a lot of pink right through here, pink and blue, black, pink and blue. Done. Remove that. Hit the line work. Easy game. We yeah, gonna take a quick 5-minute. Appreciate the love, Graham. Miss chatting with you, bro. We'll be right back. Just gotta go check on the pups. Let this dry for a second and stretch the old leggies. Should work on your own character. Oh, I am working on a couple. I got a couple things going here. They're not ready yet, though. They're not ready yet. They will be soon. All right, we are back. We're gonna jump right back into the piece. I just wanted to go a little full screen. The first half we did background, went in with a nice wash. We masked out all the white. Oh, makes no sense not to show this, so there you go. Again, there's no reason for me to show that when I'm talking about the artwork. So the first half. Better. First half all background. We went in, clearly washed it out. Oh, legs cramping. That's brutal. Yikes. Okay. Okay, we're good. Whew. Now we're gonna go in with pink and purple washes through here. Oh, I haven't touched on the mouse. That's wild. Pink washes through here. There is blue like spider webbing, but we're gonna be using colored pencils to put that back in. It's gonna be a nice black marker. We're gonna be using some pink and purple, removing all that. Right around. Easy enough, right? Let's see, we have our Ohuhu markers. I don't know if that's how you say it. And we're probably going to be using that blue. Perfect. Yep. E7. So we go through. The biggest thing, if you get markers or color pencils, if you get paints, the best thing you can do ever with new materials, old materials, or anything you're working with is go through and hit the color swatches and see which color is which. It's way more important when you have hundreds of markers, because going through, they're never what they look like on the cap. They're just not. I'm sorry. Even Copic markers, it doesn't matter. You just have to keep these wherever you're working, and you just go from your color keys, color codes. That's it. You just have to. It's wild. There's no other accurate way to tell, unless there are people that just memorized it, which I guess there is. After using them enough, I'm sure you know which colors tend to do what. But that's kind of how it works. Like, this is R23 cap, and that's the R23 right next to it. Never the same. So there's a big tip right there. I've learned the hard way many times. Get R10. So this is R10 and this is the cap. Big difference. They're far, again, they just can't translate the same, so. It's a big part. And then we have our very nice Kirandage pencils from the lovely Ariel for a nice birthday present. We will be using these for some of the blue webbing. So there you go. Use code now. Damn, not yet. Someday. Someday we'll get that. Use code MJG at checkout for free merch. I don't know what it'll be for, but all right, cool. Let's get it. Shall we paint then? It's fun. I always miss streaming. Good to be back. Hey, yes. Katie is, I think, what I always called you because I could never pronounce your name. I hope that's okay. But how you doing, man? Been a while since I've seen you streaming. How's it going, man? Going great, Rob. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate the love, baby. I am doing good, doing good. How are you, my friend? I hope life is well. Hope you're living the dream. We're over here making them art streams. We didn't mean to rhyme there. But we don't care. Oh, we meant to that time. Meant to there. We did. Goes, my little fam is doing well too. Love it, bro. Love, love, love to hear that, my friend. I know, I was starting up on Twitch the other day. I was like going through I was like updating all the stuff. So I've been streaming on YouTube actually for a while. And now I'm just kind of back and forth here. But all of our like clips from Among Us was coming up and all that stuff. Man, oh man, those are good times. Might have to get rid of some of that. Yo, I still have some of those. My favorite is Blaming Wiley for my... Yo, they're so funny. They're so funny. And the giggles on Among Us when that first dropped. Right? It was... Oh my gosh. It was really... That was like a top tier. Like early release. Like not early release, but when it came out, how fun it was. That thing was legit. Some of the laughs were just so good. See, so what is nice about this paint is it's just more opaque than a lot of watercolor. I shouldn't say a lot, than a lot I've used, you know? You can actually end up covering up a lot of marks underneath, which is surprising. And yeah, that's why I like it. Whatever. Wiley, I hope you all die. Bye. Oh my god. Every time somebody would get like... Anytime something would happen, it was very, very funny. Yeah, it's so great. I was dying laughing when I saw the clips. And I hadn't thought about that game in a minute. Sorry, I know this is Graham's favorite song, but I gotta skip it. I miss those days. Haven't played sussy games since then. Same, man. No one has. I feel like the game kind of... I feel like everybody just got too good at it. Where there was no way to get away with anything. So it was like, well, that's that then. Oh, I did miss that part of the finger. Okay. I see my confusion here. Cool. Like there was no way to get away with anything. People were just like, it was so-and-so because this and this and this. And you're like, damn. Nah, he's right. That's good. He's good. It's like, okay, and do you have a response? Like, no, he is dead on. Hear me out, Among Us, but in first person. I feel like they tried to make that a game. Like a third-party company or something did. And I think... I don't know. I would have to see sort of how it worked. I feel like it would be too scary for me. It would be like a horror game, right? It would have to be. Purple. You know what I mean? I feel like that would be like a little bit of a horror game. It would have to be. Or I feel like they made it a horror game, maybe. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. I feel like someone did that. Like a third-party company did that. Like a first-person version is very much what I'm trying to say and get to. Oh. Back in Breaking Bad we go. Does this sound like something in Breaking Bad, everybody, or no? Am I just crazy? Like, come on. No one had seen Breaking Bad the other day, so... This is like straight out of Breaking Bad, dude. Or Better Call Saul. I don't know. Whichever one you want to call it. You've never seen... Dude, that's exactly what... That's what happened the other day when I said it. Who are you people? How have you never watched... Dude, how have you never watched Breaking Bad? Like, why, though? What's the reasoning? Or just don't have a soul? I'll be honest, I can't leave it, though. Here we go. Don't have a Saul. He's so good. Man, I walked right into that one. God. That was good. That was good. He's good, guys. I actually liked that a lot. You should watch it, though. All Sauls aside. Doesn't work as... Yours was better. Can't imagine my life without BB. Without the old Breaking Bad. What do you got for music these days, Quantum? What are you listening to over there, buddy? I actually really like, this is Epidemic Sound. I actually really like them, but you always usually got pretty good bops. Don't have a Saul. I love that. Found a band last year who's supporting another band I like, and I've been really fully immersing in their music. Damn. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, man. It's a fun piece because I really have to trust that it's gonna start to continue to come together once I add white and once I add the 1 and the 10, which is white and black, the value scale, right? Once I remove that and make all this black, everything's gonna change, and you really hope that the color stays nice and accurate to where you want it. There's really no way to tell for me yet. Always just looking and checking everything that I'm putting down. Values, color, shapes. Especially with watercolor, because again, remember, it's all going to change as it continues to dry. So I very much end up, changing it up, going back in, working around it, continuing to tweak it and fix it. Values are, God, 90% of a piece. It's crazy. Oh, liking. This is fun. Painting's fun. Art's fun. We'll be able to tweak a lot of that with colored pencils too. Colored pencils are really fun and nice with watercolor because they can go over it as well as mix very well. Same with markers, especially alcohol markers. Tend to work really well with these as like a mixed media piece, you know? It just continues to layer and add depth to the piece, I feel like. Is building up these colors and values again, just like the background. But these are gonna continue to change, not as much, because I'm definitely not working with it as saturated. Well, as saturated with water. Far less desaturated. Far more desaturated. And has just far more pigment in it right off the bat. Off the rip, kids say. Very weird song, actually. Now we're kind of just going to work that out with more water. So again, we're just going to saturate it out so it's not as pigmented.
Love is love. Love is love.
We got a nice little gradient there that's gonna work for what we need it to work for. I'm gonna put a little bit of a transition color right at the edge here, a nice little bright pink. We don't love that as much. It's too sharp. Better. Yeah, that's better. We have another little drop here. It keeps splattering drops all over the paper, which is unfortunate, but it's gonna happen. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Ooh, a shading on the face is cool. Thanks, man. The beauty of watercolor is you have these real nice gradients you can put down. What a song. Go. Yep. Been getting an itch to play again as I've been going to so many live gigs. Oh, do it, dude. Bro, do a live stream. Would be litty. You been playing any footy? How are our Rangers doing? Dude, give us a quantum live drum stream. Man, that would be so epic. These are good examples of watercolor. That won't stay like that. See how bright that is? That won't stay that bright. It will knock back, dry back. But I'm trying to keep the colors clean for myself so I can continue to see what I have to do. And it won't disappear. It just won't be as vibrant. And I'm putting it on very opaquely as well. Stopped playing on injury and it kept causing issues. Ah, that's a bummer, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Brain's been a bit meh. Not playing in years. Might try to see if I can find anyone looking to do some music. Do it, dude. That would be awesome. It's so fun. You play for my streams, dude. I'll let it. I'll allow it. Olivia's here. Olivia! Hola! No, just hello, how are you? I don't know why I said hola, that's weird. Do you like painting, Olivia? Does Olivia paint? Do you ever do any artwork, Olivia? Don't. I vote you start. The way to go. Great, great, you know. Great emotional outlet. Just fun, relaxing time. And I guess not just paint, but like any sort of drawing or any artwork. Again, I do like colored pencils. Colored pencils are a lot of fun. Yeah, she does. Can I put one of her pics on? Of course, man. I'm offended you haven't already. Olivia, has he been holding out on this artwork and not showing it? That's unreal. Feels unfair. You've only put in your drawings, Graham. Safe to assume they are not as good as Olivia's are gonna be. Factory art. All right, give me 2 seconds. Hold on. Watercolor, I just have to work is time sensitive because of the water, how it dries, you know what I mean? So when I'm working on a gradient like this, it's important that I get it completed. Otherwise, it'll dry, you know what I mean? And you can't necessarily work back into it. Watercolor's tricky that way, big time. See, while the paint's wet like that, I can still move it around. So I'm just using a dry brush and trying to pull back some of that pigment while the water's still wet on there. If that dries, it becomes more difficult. It's still possible, but far more difficult. Can't wait to see though, Olivia. I cannot wait to see the artwork. Can't believe Graham's been holding out all this time. Pretty good. Bad dad. Oh, it happens. Might not have had the okay. You never know. Yes. Wonderful. Oh my God. That's really actually very, very good. Wow. The feet are incredible. The ballet feet are awesome. And I love the painting. Excellent. Excellent. Very spot on the theme. September going into Halloween. I like it. Very, very incredible, Olivia. Wow, the feet are very, very good. The painting is as well, but the feet, just because feet are very difficult. You know what I mean? Most people don't paint feet at my level. Well done. See, we got to see more of that. Like it. Art of all ages. It's wonderful. That factory art's all about. Thank you so much for sharing. She likes using Procreate too. Excellent. Procreate's very fun, right? I love using Procreate. Just so clean and easy sometimes, right? Really getting all of her talent from her dad. Damn. I can't comment on that. That is well above my stream grade. Oh, I want that like literally 0.5% lighter. It might be too set in right now. That happens. There we go. Cool. Got it. I don't know if it's percent, but we wanted it like half a shade. You guys seen the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse movie? Incredible. Oh, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Yeah, I think that's the play here. I think I'm stretching. Sorry. Think I should take off the masking fluid? But I'm gonna use this black marker first. I will be spinning this, sorry. This should not run, but it might. I don't really know. Certainly not supposed to bleed. But watercolor paper is tough, you know? Sometimes it very much just does. Looks good though. So I'm just moving to get an easy angle on the edges that I want. Going down like this is easier than coming across up top for me. I don't know. I have no explanation why. Yeah, I'm just kind of doing the whole lining here with this marker, which I usually don't do. Kind of got away from the mic there. I usually come in with a pencil. I mean, a pen. But I don't know. I wanted to try the marker today, you know? There's one thing I can promise here is that we're always testing the waters and trying something new. Might not work, but we're always trying it. I know, Watercolor Wednesday, and we're using a marker. Whatever. Just pretend it's a watercolor marker. That's fair, right? Nice. Water everywhere on marker Monday. Schedules all to pot. All different mediums here. That part's for certain, baby. Look at these beautiful things. Color pencil and markers on Watercolor Wednesday. Where are we? This is madness. No, watercolor and colored pencil go awesome together. Should do a Stranger Things trick or treat scene on Halloween when they go out as Ghostbusters. Send it to me in Discord. I love when people send me scenes that they think are awesome. And I either think the same or very different. No, send it to me big time. Please. I never watched Stranger Things. That's a show that you always talked about, but I never did it. Olivia has an amazing Stranger Things poster on her bedroom wall. Ooh, that's fun. What is it? Let me see. Yeah, I never watched Stranger Things. They are, what is it, like old school, like nostalgia stuff, like Tetris, and maybe not Tetris specifically. I feel like this is like your type of music. Quantum, isn't it? Telling all of her friends on the phone about you. Sure, everybody hits that subscribe button. You don't miss that artwork. We'll be back. Full-time stream, baby. Well, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Spider-Gwen was, I thought, an awesome character in that in those series. The pink and the blue is just like brilliant. So fun. And all you Spider-Man fans, don't get bummed. Just be here Friday. All I can say. And always questions are always welcome. Spider, she just went up to use Procreate. Yes, Drew, you and I love that. That actually means so much to me, really. Right? Kind of works for me, right? Yeah. Oh, we still have a lot of time. That's cool. Thought it was later than that. That is exciting, actually. Says if you can have a quick look and let her know. Absolutely, I can now that I am onto the marker. Wow, did you really just draw that? That's incredible. Very, very cool. I love it. And the poster's awesome. Poster's scary. The poster's kind of scary. The eye is incredible. That's awesome. Very, very impressive. Especially for that short time. Yes. I love it. Keep on creating. And I hear you're in dance class. We love that. We love that. Stay inspired. Stay creating. Awesome. When I look this way like a weirdo, I'm looking at my color swatch. Thank you, appreciate it. You started, love that. It's awesome. It's very good. I wouldn't say it. Given a lot of bad critiques in my day, trust me. Very cool. Keep creating. Keep just don't stop. I love it. All we want is to inspire people to continue to create and be happy here. It's a beautiful thing what art can do. And by art, I mean all forms of art, of creation. Not just painting, of course. Music, dance, acting even, performance, all of that is just incredible. And there's so many incredibly gifted and talented people out there. Give them a chance. And if you are creating and enjoying it, don't stop. Just because somebody says you have to get this, you have to do this, you have to get... No, just keep creating. Find a way if you love it. Know that it's not easy. But it's possible. Puppy dogs, puppy dogs. I'm sorry about the dogs, you guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out. That means way more to me. Appreciate you guys chilling and chatting and hopefully enjoying the content here. I don't know. I guess I don't know that you are, but I hope you are. Hopefully everybody is. I think we start peeling away that stuff. So this is what I've used before. Let's see if it works here. You're supposed to just roll it right back. Peels right off. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, that's satisfying. It's very satisfying. It's cool. Right in the eye there, it's okay. Right there too. But that paint must just be still kind of wet. Not bad. Oh wait, we don't have a ton of time. We only have 20 minutes. Oh yeah. No, that was right. We have 30 minutes. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Cool. Sorry about that. My brain just went completely back and forth. You can probably tell. Heard. No. Wow, it's very satisfying. When masking fluid works perfectly. Wow. That's pretty cool, guys. That is pretty cool. I'll be honest, I've never had masking tape successfully do that. That was very satisfying. I guess it's not masking tape, it's masking fluid. Can't get this part off. Can't get this part off. It's available to buy. It sure will be. You know it. Everything created on stream is available for purchase. I guess that's not necessarily true, but yes, this will be. I'm just throwing this stuff away. Give me 2 seconds. I'll probably, it definitely will be available to purchase, yes. And I will probably also do prints. So sometimes that means people don't want to purchase something that prints will be done of. Other times people like that more. But I'll probably end up doing prints of it for sure. And pop those on the website also. It's coming out tasty. It's coming out nice. It's a nice one. It's a clean piece. Spent a lot of time. We've done sketches. We've been sketching a lot of Gwen. She's a great little character. How do you turn a painting into a print? Loaded question. The shortest and easiest answer. Photograph it, send it to a printer, and let them do their thing. Unfortunately, it's never that easy. This is horrible music. What the heck? The trick is that the trickiest part is that you really want to make sure that the print looks as similar to the painting as possible, which is so much more difficult than it sounds. Because how much is changed and lost in the printing process. You know, you have to almost completely alter the colors on the photograph to get an accurate image, which is wild. But yeah, that's pretty much the short and long of it. I found a very good printer, an automated printing service that I just do all the photo work, and they send me test prints, and it works great actually. But it's always tricky. It's always tricky. Shaz, what up, baby? Dang, those colors are sexy. Thanks, man. Keeping them real vibrant and bright, you know? How you doing today, Shaz? Added light captured from the camera also, I presume. 100%, exactly. Photographing it is the hardest part. Photographing artwork is so frustrating, and nothing compares to photographing oil paintings because of the glare. Miserable, dude. Literally miserable. I have a lot of paintings that I actually don't even post because they just don't look the same photographed. Commissions and stuff that I do. It just changes so much on stream and screen, and same vice versa. It goes the same the other way. There's a lot of art and drawings that are on stream that have been edited and filtered just like people. People don't realize that that can happen in artwork. No, I've never done that ever. I wouldn't do such a thing. Oof, that pink really loves to bleed there, huh? Wow. Oh, that gets picked right up, man. We will be able to fix that, but gonna take more coats than we thought, that's for sure. Wow, that is. Yeah, we'll have to use a little bit of a brush pen there. See, that's part of what I love to show though, and like want people to realize is that you have so many tools that you can use to fix a piece or just make a piece the whole way through. It doesn't have to be like this whole, just be honest with yourself and keep working through the progress and the issues, and you'll have a great piece. Everybody can get through to the end. Literally pretty much just white out. Like the artist version of whiteout, right? Just a white ink, that's all. If I'm being honest, it's a white ink I don't even like using. But it works. So. Like I say, it's going to take a couple coats there. That's crazy. We'll have to continue letting that dry, you know? Okay. Getting close to the finish line here for sure. Yeah. Okay though. So see, here's a good example of why I will turn the paper when I'm working sometimes, because I want to do this line here, and if I'm working like this, I'm working in the dark side of the pen, right? Where the shading that I want to focus on is in the shadow. Go where you can see the edge. See the difference there? It's a significant difference as far as edging and lining that piece, where now I can see what I'm doing. Versus if I'm here, and you can see how dark, I literally would try to mark right here. How are you going to do that, you know? Little things that make it easier or significantly more difficult. That can really, again, just make a piece be more enjoyable, right? Like anything, we like solving the puzzle, but you want to be able to feel like you can solve the puzzle. It can't be impossible. So I'm quiet. I'm just kind of zoning and working here. Finding those last marks, you know? I know we're crunched on time. But I'm really liking it and thinking it's looking really good. So that's fun. That's a good feeling, you know? Final marks here. We're adding in this blue highlight that goes around all the white. I'm making it a lighter blue, so I'm just switching a blue up here. I think that's a little too dark, unfortunately. That's much better. Like it's not even going. Weird. Oh, it must be because there's like masking fluid residue there. Okay, though, because we have colored penciling. Use. It's surprising, actually. A weird little marker here. Definitely picks up this black ink. I definitely like the other color I used first. But oh, this color works with the second coat. It gets that nice blue for sure, and it's not too overpowering. Again, it's not too dark. There we go. That's how we want the eyes to look, right? Go. Keep that Spidey shape, you know? Gotta keep that Spidey shape right there. Perfect. A nice white ink we're going in with. That's all it is. And again, it literally could be white out. Keeping everything trying to keep it at least pretty clean too. The edges and all that, because again, we want to keep that illustrative feel. So it's a piece of watercolor art, you know what I mean? I find it fun to work in a different way almost. So like, not necessarily, cause the watercolor is still doing what it should do. But you know, a little bit different where again, it's illustrative art. I love tattoo flash art. When, like old school tattoo flash art used to be all watercolor. It's a good way to get, gradients, shading, stuff like that. That's very natural and even much like just like an ink and actually very tattoos. It would be pretty fun actually to do like a flash sheet or something. To bounce, fellas, is cool. Thanks for streaming and answering the questions. Thank you so much for hanging out, Graham. I appreciate you being here, brother. I miss talking with you, miss chilling with you, Mr. Musk. Now, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the love. Olivia, thank you for sharing your art. Please continue to do so. And that Discord, feel free to share any art at all that you complete, of course. And I hope you guys have an awesome, lovely day. Thank you so much. We're wrapping up here too, actually. We're 5 minutes over right now. So we are just about done here. Please be sure to like and subscribe down below if you are on YouTube, or hit that follow button if you're on Twitch, whatever you might be on. Greatly helps the channel out. Greatly helps. Means the world to me. Truly appreciate it. Uh-oh, they know. Carol, nice. We're very happy with how this turned out here, though. This is a fun piece for sure. Let's see if we have that little shoe. Find it. All right, and now we have this right here is just gonna go like this. We like it. Everybody happy? Pretty satisfied. I think we're done here. Certainly out of time. So. All right, anybody have qualms with it? Because I'm thinking that's it. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it, people. I almost want to sign it right here. Maybe we stick it down here. Easy enough. And that is what we're rocking with for Watercolor Wednesday. That is where we're gonna wrap it up, people. Thank you so much for the love and support. Really appreciate everybody that hung out and chilled. It was a very fun stream. We actually had a lot of good questions from Q-Man. Definitely watch the VOD back. You can learn a lot. It was a lot of good questions asked, so there's a lot of good content out there in the VOD as well. Beautiful. There we go. That's it. Perfect. Sometimes those final marks are all that it takes, you know? Where's the white thing? All right. I keep saying that, but this time it's real, and we are out of here. Especially because I can't shade this one last bit like I want to. Pencils down. Perfect. We love it. Came out beautiful. We are very happy with how that came out, actually. A very, very fun piece. All different, mediums for Watercolor Wednesday, but they really all work well together. With watercolor, I really enjoy building up the layers and almost using a mixed medium. Markers, watercolor, color pencils, they all work well together to build each other up and continue again, just adding depth to the piece. That's so bad. How did that do that? That's why when you say pencils down, you actually have to do pencils. When a piece is done, a piece is done. You're just gonna mess it up and fix it and mess it up and fix it and mess it up and fix it. So pencils down, that piece is complete. That's where we're wrapping it up. Beautiful little stream, just over 3 hours. Usually we're gonna go right till 4, but we went a little longer today. Please be sure to like and subscribe down below. It really helps the channel, pushes it out to more people. Send this channel to a friend. This will be available for sale on my website, as well as prints coming soon. That is in the link tree down below. Join the Discord, show us your artwork, and we'll be back Friday with Figure Fridays. I can only say it's gonna be somewhat similar to this, but not the same figure. But either way, until next time, you guys, thank you so much for the love. Can't wait to see you Friday. And most of all, you guys know it, but I always still have to say it. Stay healthy and stay happy. Much love, gang.